Don't use Pinterest for business until you know these 5 things. Hi, I'm Sandy, Pinterest marketing expert and strategist, helping you grow your business through the power of Pinterest. Let's get into it. The first thing you must know before ever getting on Pinterest is knowing who you are even talking to. This might seem like a no-brainer, but I've seen many jump on Pinterest pinning random images and videos. Not knowing who you're talking to will result in exactly that, attracting random people on the internet who likely aren't buyers. And since you're in business, this won't help you at all. So before ever jumping on Pinterest for business, it's essential to know who you're talking to. Once this is known, you can tailor the messaging and language you use to make sure you'll attract or repel the right person, your ideal customer. I encourage you to figure out who that person is, including their likes, dislikes, and pro tip, start to understand the conversation going on in their head. This extra bit of research will make a big difference in connecting you with your perfect buyer. Now that you know who your customer is, you must know whether or not they're on Pinterest. If you don't do this, it's exactly like fishing for tuna in a freshwater lake. They're not there because they only live in saltwater. So who's on Pinterest today? Pinterest has just released their annual financial report called a 10K. It's a reporting requirement because Pinterest is a publicly traded company. Pinterest reported that 498 million active users are on the platform monthly, and this is an 11% increase from the prior year. Let's take a look at what makes up the nearly 500 million users. 63% identify as female, with 24% identifying as male. The age distribution has shifted with a significant increase in the user base coming from 18 to 34-year-olds with 59%. But let's go deeper beyond demographics alone. Pinterest users come to Pinterest to get inspired and use that inspiration to start a brand new project. This project brings them closer to the life they want to live or aspire to have. For instance, ever see a must-have top in a magazine to then immediately open Pinterest to find ways to make the outfit your own? You create a board, pin inspiration images, and you're off creating the perfect outfit. Pinterest users are planning their next project, and if you're also using Pinterest for business, you stand to gain from their buying behavior. Moving on to number 3. Don't use Pinterest for business until you know your objective. Or said another way, what do you hope to gain by using Pinterest for business? For starters, Pinterest is a visual platform for discovery. It's where your ideal customers are going to learn about you and your brand. By getting started with Pinterest, you stand to gain an entirely new audience that you've never had access to before. More and different eyeballs means more business growth. Or maybe you're seeking additional touch points with your ideal customer. In marketing, there's the rule of 7. It states that a buyer needs to see or hear about you and your brand at least 7 times before ever being in a position to buy. Using Pinterest for business will help you achieve those 7 touch points. Or you might want to use Pinterest as a vehicle for traffic to your website. One unique feature of Pinterest is that the platform doesn't mind that you leave it to view another page or website. In fact, it's encouraged with all the linking capabilities on all pins. Unlike Instagram or TikTok, every single pin can have a link. That means you get infinite opportunities to direct traffic away from Pinterest to your business pages and offers. Number 4 is a biggie, so pay attention. Don't use Pinterest for business until you have content to pin or you have a content strategy in place. If you're not yet at the point of creating original content on a weekly basis, no worries. You likely already have content that you're not thinking of that you could use on Pinterest. For example, past blog posts, landing pages, past social posts, website pages, and product pages. These are all pieces of content that you can pin to Pinterest to get even more traffic and all those eyeballs. The final and probably the most important thing you need to know before ever using Pinterest for business is how to use Pinterest. Diving right into using Pinterest for business without fully understanding the platform is going to fast track you to frustration, overwhelm, confusion, and little to no results. Pinterest isn't known for being intuitive for those who use it for business. First, there's an entire language to learn unique to Pinterest, like boards, impressions, pins, and repins. Then there's the misconception that Pinterest is just like social media. It's not, and treating Pinterest like it is likely won't get you the results you want for your business. In fact, Pinterest is a visual discovery search engine. Think Google with pictures and video. Because Pinterest is a search engine, you gotta use it like one, and that means understanding and using SEO, search engine optimization. Listen, it's not all bad news. I'm glad that you're here. Stick with me, and I'll help you understand Pinterest so that you can move the needle of growth in your business in the right direction. To recap, don't use Pinterest for business until you know these 5 things. You know who you're talking to. You know your customer is actually on Pinterest. You know your objective, as in what do you want Pinterest to do for you. You know you have content to post or a content plan in the works. And you know how to use Pinterest. By the way, if you want to discover exactly what Pinterest can do for your business, get my Pinterest mini course for free in the description.